Hey everybody, welcome back to Let's Play Twilight Princess. Let's go into the Sacred Grove here and see if we can find the Master Sword. And of course, it's right here. This is kind of a cool place for it, you know, instead of being in some big old ancient temple, it's just sitting in the middle of the forest. Oh, it's all shiny and awesome. And of course, you know, since we have the big, dark, evil magic about us, even Zelda said darkness surrounds you like a veil. So the Master Sword's trying to get rid of us. But thankfully all it does is separate the evil from us and puts it into that little nice, strange looking crystal thing. And we're still intact, thankfully. As in true epic fashion, we pull out the Master Sword, raise it up, and the fog clears. That's just so cool. Even Minda's like, whoa. Well, of course it did. How boring would it be if it didn't? The rest of the game you'd be spending trying to find the one who can pull the Master Sword, and then you just sit aside and let him do all the work. Yeah, I don't think that would work. Anyway, we now have the awesome Master Sword, and it's basically going to replace our Orden Sword for the rest of the game. This thing is the embodiment of the evil magic that Zant cast on you. It's definitely different from our tribe's shadow magic. Yeah, apparently. Oh. Sounds dangerous. This thing is too dangerous. Probably for the best if we just leave it here, huh? But on the other hand... So basically, since we've pulled this thing out, since Zant was kind enough to give this to us, we should be thankful and use it all we can. Yeah, pretty much. So now we can be a wolf anytime we like, and we can also warp anytime we like as Hylian Link. So that's pretty awesome. Hey, Blizzard Link, I got a little favor to ask. Would you mind coming with me to find something called the Mirror of Twilight? It's hidden somewhere in Hyrule. Yes, the Mirror of Twilight, our last potential link to Zant. Link's like, yeah, sure. So it's pretty cool to have Midna actually asking us to go with her now. She's actually quite bearable at this point. You know, at the beginning, I was always mentioning how she's always so annoying and everything. But now we have the Master Sword, and it's in our inventory and everything. We can still go back to the Orden Sword if we want. But who would want to do that, right? The Master Sword, the Blade of Evil's Bane, those with evil hearts cannot touch it. So, awesome. It's a little bit bigger, too, I think. I don't know if that actually extends your reach in battle or not, but whatever. So anyway, we have a plethora of things that we need to be doing right now. Yes, a plethora of things. First thing to do is to get this golden wolf. That's what this yellow dot is. So, or a golden dot, I guess. But let's use our newfound abilities and warp out of here so we can get that new ability. So I'm gonna have to go ahead and warn you guys right now that we're not gonna be advancing the story for quite a while. This is one of those times where, since we've just got this new ability, we've got a few new equipment upgrades since the last time we did some collection, and we just got a new collectible in order to get. We got the postals to get now. Since we've gotten all that stuff, we're gonna have to spend quite a few segments collecting. It's a letter from Telma, of course it is. This one you actually might want to read, though. I haven't gone through the letters, mostly just because they tell information that I already know and told you about, but I think I'll just go through them real quick, just to, you know, show you what's there. That's the first one we got that I already read to you. This one's from Uku, basically saying that you're going to find her in other dungeons. She has a son, which I'm going to actually show sometime. I've never gotten around to it, but we'll get to that. This is talking about the Mallow Mart, no window shoppers, yada yada. This is where Barnes tells you about using bomb arrows. And this is how you know that Barnes has a new type of bomb. And the Linnea Tourist Association, this is the one where you learn about Iza's game, the boat game, and the fishing hole. And Telma, this is the one that's important. Link, there are some folks I want you to meet, so come to my bar right away. Basically, because at this point, you know, we really don't know what the crap we're supposed to be doing. We just know we're looking for the Mirror of Twilight. And, you know, that's pretty much all we got to go on. So, Telma's bar is our next lead. But, I mean, as I've said before, we're not going to be doing that for a little while. because I've got one more golden bug I'm gonna get, which, you know, that's been our primary collectible for a while, but it's not anymore. Because before I advance the story, I'm actually going to be collecting, I think, 27 Poe Souls that I have lined up here. So, I mean, it's one of those things where I just want to get, like, as much as I can out of the way. And there's some, you know, pretty cool different areas we're going to be going into anyway, while we're doing that. So it's basically, this is sort of like a world exploration. Wait, I don't need to be going there yet. Oop, kind of lost my mind there for a little bit. But basically, this is sort of those, like, world exploration segments you're going to have whenever you're getting 100%, so... But it's pretty interesting, though. There's some pretty cool areas that you can find in doing this that you would never actually go to before. Like, they don't have any requirements in-game. You don't have to do them. So... it'll be fun. But first things first, we still need to be getting this golden wolf over here, just kind of sitting by the stairs. Again, there's got to be some sort of nicer way to enter this besides him pouncing on me. And that's still really bright. We meet again. This next is the greatest of the hidden skills I have taught you to this point, and it may test the limits of your endurance. Yeah, I'm sure it will. Yeah, we have to make sure that we know the backslice. I don't think I've actually used it since we learned it. Excellent. Fourth hidden skill is the Helm Splitter. Let it be hewn into your mind. So, now we're going to be learning the Helm Splitter, which is actually a pretty cool move, and it's the first that we're going to get. You must first use a shield attack to make them flinch, and then quickly press A. So it's one of those where we have to use the shield attack as sort of a junctioning move. And that is a pretty awesome attack. Again, it's one of the counters in Wind Waker. Most notably, you can use them on the knight enemies, the whatever you want to call them. And when you hit them with that, it knocks off their helmet. So a few of these moves are actually counters. I've already told you about the backslice is one. The ending blow is actually also a counter for the like the lava bug enemies that have the pincers in front of them. It's kind of hard to explain. I don't know what they're called, but you actually use the ending blow as a counter for that too. So, so 3 of our moves are counters in Wind Waker. All right, so now we've gotten the Helm Splitter. The first thing I'm going to do, just go ahead and get out of the way, is I'm going to be collecting the golden bug and actually be faster to warp. Because it's out here in Hyrule Castle Town. Remember, we got the male butterfly out in that area of West Hyrule Field quite a ways back before the Lakebed Temple. And I mentioned we couldn't actually get the female butterfly yet. Well, it turns out a lot of people actually told me that if you get on Epona and use the boomerang, you can actually get the female butterfly, but I was always just under the impression you're supposed to do it this way that I'm about to do. So, I mean, I guess if that works, you could go ahead and get it. But I think the way they intend you to do it, since they have that ivy hanging over the ledge there, is to just use the claw shot and get up here. No, don't climb sideways, just go up. And the female butterfly's in that patch of flowers. So, yeah, that's the golden bug I'm going to be getting in this section. And now basically begins the big world tour in order to get all our collectibles. So the first stop is going to be Lake Hylia. And it's so nice that we can just warp all over the place now. That makes this so much easier. And by being able to access that warp in Lake Hylia, it gives us a way to get down without having to either go through like the spring and the grave of Kakariko Village, or to actually pay for it in the Flight by Foul minigame. But what we're going to be getting here first, there's actually quite a lot of things. I think there's like 5 or so Poe Souls just in this general area we can get. But first I want to go back here into Lanayru Spring one more time. We've actually been here a few times now. And quite cleverly, there's something hidden back in here. So let's go around on either side. Jump up here. and jump up here. And we can use the claw shot to get to this ivy back here. It's so cool that they actually put stuff in the spirit springs. You know, places where you wouldn't really think to look. And there's actually a door back here we can go through. And we can use our lantern to light this and this. A large chest appears. And much like the spirit spring in Kakariko Village, in this chest contains a piece of heart, so that's 2 pieces of heart that's been hidden in spirit springs. If you open this chest over here, I think there's 5 rupees in it. So, ooh, big reward. And this chest over here contains 5 bombs. So, yeah, I mean, get those if you want, I guess. There's no reason to pass them up, I guess. Well, anyway, we're quickly running out of time, so in the next part, we'll continue our collecting spree. Until then, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.